Welcome to Sacred Place Live. I'm Matthew, your host, and it's a beautiful Thursday for a winter in Southern California. My view is of the mountains with a little bit of snow on them, and it's pretty lovely, despite all that is going on in our country and world. The pandemic rages on, and the count of lives lost continues to increase. Let me turn that heater off. Don't want it to be too loud. Sorry about that. Where we will go from here is still unknown. The vaccine is rolling out slowly, and it may be a while before many of us are able to be vaccinated. So our in-person gatherings are still a big question mark. Maybe by the end of summer or fall, we'll be able to see each other again, but maybe not. We don't know which course our public health will go. So I am thankful for our ways of gathering together online like this and Sacred Place Together, our Sunday morning gathering on Zoom, where we reflect and spend time together in fellowship. We left Jesus last at his baptism, with John the Baptist preparing the way and Jesus coming in to declare who he was and what he was there for. Now we see him beginning to teach and all that follows. Our reading is from Luke chapter 5. One day, Jesus was standing beside Lake Gennesaret when the crowd pressed in around him to hear God's word. Jesus saw two boats sitting by the lake. The fishermen had gone ashore and were washing their nets. Jesus boarded one of the boats, the one that belonged to Simon, then asked him to row out a little distance from the shore. Jesus sat down and taught the crowds from the boat. When he finished speaking to the crowds, he said to Simon, "Row out further, into the deep water, and drop your nets for a catch." Simon replied, "Master, we've worked hard all night and caught nothing. But because you say so, I'll drop the nets." So they dropped the nets, and their catch was so huge that their nets were splitting. They signaled for their partners in the other boat to come and help them. They filled both boats so full that they were about to sink. When Simon Peter saw the catch, he fell at Jesus' knees and said, "Leave me, Lord, for I am a sinner." Peter and those with him were overcome with amazement because of the number of fish they caught. James and John, Zebedee's sons, were Simon's partners, and they were amazed too. Jesus said to Simon, "Don't be afraid. From now on, you will be fishing for people." As soon as they brought the boats to the shore, they left everything and followed Jesus. During our time together on Sunday, I introed this text, saying that this version from Luke is a more helpful telling of the story for me. In the other synoptic gospels, which are Matthew and Mark, the story's a little bit shorter. Jesus just says, "Come follow me and I'll make you fish for people." But the disciples have heard him teaching. He was on their boats, preaching and teaching to the crowd. Word about him has clearly spread if a crowd is now gathering. So the work that Jesus has been doing to reach out to the oppressed and the marginalized. They probably knew about that. So this guy saying, come on, leave everything behind, this whole life that you've had, and even all of these fish that we have just caught. Leave all that behind and come with me, and we're going to fish for people. Sure, it was a huge leap of faith, but I imagine they knew who they were following, at least a little bit. They may have had no idea what would come, but they trusted that this was someone who was sent by God. We know who our God is. We've seen that throughout the texts we've been reading from the very beginning all the way now until Jesus' arrival, these past 5 months or so. Our God has been revealed to us in many ways beyond these texts, in our own lives, in our communal life together as a sacred place, before the pandemic and during. So, when our God calls us, we often say, okay, I'll go. We know who we're trusting. We don't always know where we're going. I think if we look back on a year ago when we were planning for our annual meeting, we had no idea what would happen. That in the early part of February, that it would soon be our last time seeing each other face to face for more than a year, possibly a year and a half before we are gathered again. We have, I think, done the work together, and it will be ongoing work to figure out what God is calling us to next, what it looks like to be people of justice, inclusion, and family in this world forever changed by this pandemic, what it means to be church in the 21st century, in 2021, is different. I would have said it was changing, but this world event has really catalyzed what the church will become. That's still somewhat unknown. I'm reminded of Elsa singing Into the Unknown from Frozen 2, which I saw for the first time about a year ago. We don't know exactly what we're doing, where we're going, but we know who we're following. If anything good has come out of this pandemic, I hope it is that we have all had a chance to reflect on what God is calling us to do as individuals. We have had time to think, way too much maybe. We've had time to reflect and figure out what's important to us. We have seen things revealed in our country that have been hidden for far too long. How might we be called to be people who help this country heal? That is yet to be revealed, but we are asking ourselves the right questions. When I see this story, it's different than it was before. I might have asked, what does it mean to fish for people? To create disciples? But I think it goes far deeper than that. About trusting and following around uncertainty, leaving things behind for the life to which God calls us. I invite you to reflect on that, on where God might be calling you and us to next during this song.
Make me steadfast, make me rooted, cedar planted firm, deeply grounded in your goodness. Whatever comes, Lord, whatever comes, be the bedrock, keep me steady, loyal to your throne. Whatever stands against me, whatever comes, be my bravery when I am trembling, be my courage when my heart is caving in, be the fireside when I am wandering, be my guide for whatever comes. Lord, whatever comes, may my soul be strong as I am, bending only when I kneel before the I am. Whatever comes, be my bravery when I am trembling, be my courage when my heart is caving in, be the fireside when I am wandering, be my guide for whatever comes. Be the bravery when I am trembling, be my courage when my heart is caving in, be the fireside when I am wandering, be my guide for whatever comes, be my guide for whatever comes.
That is my prayer for us. That we remember that our God is with us for whatever comes. Whatever comes in this year of hope. Hope for a future that may not look like what we used to call normal, but a new normal where we are together again, forever changed. May we create sacred places wherever we go, and may this always be your sacred place. I hope to see you here next Thursday at 5:30 or on Sunday at 10:30. All of that information is on our freshly updated website at yoursacredplace.org. Go in peace.